No more lessons, Clarion. I don't want to know about the internet. I don't want to know about the history of HTTP, blah, 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 databases. I just want sick, bomb, dope AI agents. Let's go. Okay, guys. All right, so we're almost there. We're almost at that point. You've been very patient. I'm going to move this over a little bit and, make sure that these are non-congruent. And what I'm going to do here is add a little bit more space, because what we want to do at this point is connect. I don't know why this is moving it this way. What we want to do at this point is just connect this HTTP back into our AI agent so that it can process the audio. But right now, remember, the HTTP request is just this data. What we want to do is actually convert the data, and then we also want to transcribe that, right? Because we want to extract the audio, and we want to be able to interpret that audio and go from voice to text or speech to text. This used to be a huge pain. 7 years ago, if you want to go text to speech or speech to text and you're using something like IBM Watson, the documentation was a disaster. It was a nightmare. On N8N, it is a beautiful piece of cake thanks to OpenAI, thanks to LLMs. I know I sound like an old man, but it's important to really appreciate where we've come, guys. It'll help you become a better AI agent master, in my opinion. So how do we get this data? How do we convert it? We can do it all with OpenAI. So let's open up a new node. And what I want you to find is transcribe a recording in audio actions. We're going to click on transcribe a recording. All right. And all the presets are good. This is all good. So if we run a test setup, we got to also make sure that we have that data. Because now I see that the data isn't there. And we want to make sure that we're connected to the account. So the account's connected. Do we still have this output data? No, I no longer have it. So I want to execute the previous node. And it's going to wait for an event. So I'm going to have to go ahead and make another voice note. I'm going to say, what time is the best time to take lunch today? 11 a.m. or 12 p.m.? I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. I'm just asking stupid questions. All right. Now, when we go back to our OpenAI over here, by the way, this has to be connected to HTTP request. So, and you can't put the output in the output. So input in the output. So we're going to execute that previous node, and we should now get the data. So now we see that we have that data. And now if I run the test setup, or the test step, sorry, we now get the text and say, what is the best time to take lunch today? 11 p.m., 11 a.m., or 12 p.m.? So I made that mistake, and it caught my 11 p.m. And what's the final move? Now that we're getting the text, because this is huge, guys, we're now converting speech to text from our WhatsApp trigger. And we did this in such little time. I can't stress it enough. We did this with just a basic HTTP setup, grabbing the URL out of WhatsApp, putting in those credentials through a switch. What's the final move here? I'd love for you to make the final connection because it's so satisfying. Stop and see if you can make that final connection. Okay, did you do it? I'm going to do it now, guys. The final connection of this beautiful WhatsApp AI agent. Boom. There you go. Because this isn't make.com. You can have multiple outputs moving into an input. Because we are switching, right? They're not going to move ever at the same time. They're going to act in accordance to our conditional code, checking to see whether it's a text or an audio, whether either one exists. And now when we test the workflow, finally, all right, let's do a final test here because this is a big deal. Don't forget to save. Don't want you to lose your work. I'm going to the airport in Nashville, and I need a new suit. Which store can get me a good suit in the Nashville airport for $200-300? It can't be that expensive. All right, let's send that. I don't know. That just came out of nowhere. Okay, I'm not actually going to any airport or anything like that. Okay, so it looks like we fell into a problem. Let's take a look at what the problem is. The problem is that we're sending out text, but it's not being received as, if we check the JSON here on the audio, the type is audio for the schema, and that's not what we want. We don't want the messages from the voice one item. We just want this text. So I'm going to switch this from JSON.da to just JSON.text. We'll run test setup here. We're not getting that previous piece of data, but let's go ahead and give this another shot. So I'm going to run a test workflow again. Let me make sure the output is good here. Yeah, that looks good. There's the text. So this text should come out as an output back into the AI agent. So we're going to try it again. We're going to test the workflow. I'm at the airport in Tokyo and I need a suit for a few $100. Where should I get one? I got a big meeting coming up. Okay, successful operation. We made it to the AI agent. AI agent's now processing using the window buffer memory, checking the OpenAI chat model. And once it has a response, it should send us that response to the cloud. If we check. If you find yourself in Tokyo needing an affordable suit for a meeting, you have several options. Guys, we did it! Okay, sorry, I'm excited. I just freaked out my dog. But since you're at the airport, you can start by determining if you have, this is wonderful. So look, they got some options here. Aoyama, Suit Select, Yofuku no Oyama. And listen, this is our agent. If we don't like the personality, we could say you are a helpful assistant that specializes in web development. You have a quirky personality. I don't know, like whatever. You're just making it interesting. A quirky personality, but you are also short and concise in your responses and highly professional. All right? So this is the system message. This is not the prompt. This is the system message, which will be the priority of how the system should respond. Okay? This is the message that will be sent to the agent before the conversation starts. It's always going to get this message, all right? So let's go ahead and save. Let's try this again. We're going to run the final test workflow. It's the final test workflow. All right. I need to find a developer to help me build my website for my new client. The developer has to have skills in Java, Spring Boot, and I don't have that much money. What do I do? Okay. All right, let's see what the process is here. So we're sending it out, moving out, hitting out the AI agent, our personal assistant. It's processing that information. All right, I got a response. Let's see the response. Finding a skilled developer on a budget can be challenging, but it's possible. Nice. It's short now. It's more concise. Beautiful. Remember to outline happy hiring. That's very quirky at the end. Beautiful. Amazing job. This was no small feat. And this is really the beginning. So congratulations if you made it to this part. You did the bonus. We got a little bit more advanced. But you know what? From here, things could get even more interesting. This really is just the beginning. Because now basically we have our own WhatsApp AI agent that we can now customize to suit our business needs and what we need, that can respond to us on the go. The only thing we ever have to do if we want this always working is to toggle this from inactive to active, and there you go. It'll be hooked up to your WhatsApp business. It could be hooked up for other people to use. It's a beautiful, beautiful system. It's a chatbot, and it's for you to customize. If you want to elevate it to the next level, well, the next level from here, as you can imagine, is to be able to do something like test workflow and say, hey, dude, can you check through my emails? I should have received an email. Tell me if I got that email from Jasmine about installing the new fridge at the pizza shop. And if we did, can you let her know that we may need to find something that's more affordable, and send her an email. Now that's the next level, all right? Obviously, it's gonna process this, and this workflow does not have access to our emails, right? So it can't actually do anything. So what it's gonna say probably is like, hey, I wish I could help directly, but I can't access your emails. Is it possible to build that? 100,000%. That's the next level. I teach that in some of my other courses. But this is really the stepping stone for that. And, it can go from there. Emails is one thing. What about your calendar, right? What about your database? What about updating your website? What about your social media? Your whole business? What about sales? What about leads? What about client needs and project development? What about invoicing? Do I have Dare I go on? It's amazing, guys. It's all here. It's all very doable, and it works really well. So this is very exciting stuff. I really hope you enjoyed this course. I did my best to really go through the details and the fundamentals and make it also very practical and interesting. And I don't think it's that hard to make it exciting. I think too many people are so excited about the potential, they forget to focus on what's happening right now. This is very exciting to me right now, practically speaking, as somebody that runs my own small business. And yeah, I hope you found this really useful and enjoyable. If you like it, feel free to check out any of my other courses. I've got plenty of courses on my, here, a quick plug, ranging from like my classic courses from back in the day with React, JavaScript. I've got courses on Rust, really fun fundamental stuff in programming that's, I still think it's very important and useful for mastering AI agent work moving forward, or as we're going to be using Klein or using Copilot. It's still important to have those fundamentals. It just makes you so much better when you're overseeing code being developed. And then, yeah, I have other AI agent courses as well. I have testing courses, a lot of stuff in web development on the front end and the back end as well. Okay, guys, that's it. Good luck with your projects. I wish you lots of success and happy, what did it say? Happy hiring, okay? Happy AI adventuring. We'll end like that. Okay, bye.